What is going on, guys? It is a little early, but I'm gonna go ahead and wish you all a happy 4th of July. I hope you enjoyed your day. It's awesome to live in a country like the USA where you have the freedom to essentially do whatever you want and the opportunities are completely endless. I'm so thankful to live in a country like this. I don't think I would ever want to live anywhere else but the United States of America. Now, you guys are probably expecting a video of the Freedom Rocket, which would be obviously appropriate for the 4th of July, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's way too hot to be driving that car. It's literally 98 degrees right now, no relation to the band whatsoever. And literally like 2 seconds before I started recording this clip, it's at 100 degrees. So yeah, it's hot. It's probably the hottest day of the year right now in Central PA. So we're gonna have to take a rain check on the good old Freedom Rocket. But I'm actually on my way to Complete Street Performance right now, and I wanna document as much as I can of the new build for you guys, so you can really see how everything's coming together. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, it's coming together fast. And that's a very good thing, because the plan is to debut this at Camaro Fest in Kentucky on July 12th through the 14th. I'll be down there. It's in Bowling Green, Kentucky at Beech Raceway. I went there last year, it was a great time, and I can't wait to go back this year as well. Like I said, we're gonna debut this build there, and it needed to be done by a certain time, and that's one of the reasons why we went with the Hellion twin turbo kit, as well as, you know, Texas Speed. All the companies had offered me a tremendous deal, and the entire turbo kit was in stock, so literally all they had to do was pull from the shelf and ship it. So it worked out great, and it's a great quality kit. You know, I originally wanted to do a custom turbo kit for this car, but it just made sense this way. And that's the thing about a custom kit, it takes so long and it takes a lot of time to do something like that. And honestly, I didn't want my car to be down for months and literally miss this entire season of driving and miss events. I know a lot of you guys were asking me about that in my last video, so I figured I would explain it to you in this video. But with that being said, I'm currently on my way to Complete Street Performance, and part 2 of the Camaro ZL1 twin turbo build has now commenced.
You got turbos?
Do I got turbos?
Yeah.
No, I brought snails. I'm here to film part 2. Part 2.
Part 2.
Like Hot Shots, part 2. You ever see that movie?
Long time. Charlie Sheen, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a great movie. Man, it's popping in here.
Whoa.
What's up? Did you not know I was coming?
I thought you were coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I decided to show up today.
I like the American glass.
You like it?
The shades? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice. You should put those on your website.
I know.
Get your name on those.
I got it at Walmart with my I can't hear you over the sound of my Freedom shirt. It's a little hard to see out of these things though. Here, look.
So you should get some for the car.
Oh yeah.
See what I mean? Isn't it weird?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, but you know what?
I don't know if I can work with that for a while.
I gotta see this.
I'll sweat right up.
Wow. Everything looks free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Actually, this is really bad. Were you driving with these?
Yeah, I drove a little bit with them.
Not crash?
That's all right. You gotta do it for America. Look at this guy.
It's hot. It's a hot one, boys. Nice shades.
You like them?
Can't even see your eyes.
I'm filming part 2, man. Because I didn't even film anything. That this was empty last time I was here. So there you go, guys. There's the 416 in.
Intercore is on.
I heard that. How's that, man? That is a tight fit, but it's yeah, that looks pretty good. Gigantic intercooler.
I actually space this forward.
This is it's wow, yeah. Let's get some depth to it too.
3.5.
So what did you have to do? You had to space that forward.
This is
Yeah.
notched. 'Cause it was pushing on it too hard.
Yeah, yeah. That's all right. We fit it in. That's all that matters, right? And I want to just thank you, Eric. Follow through though. And over here we've got the stock engine. People are like, numbers matching. LT4.
There's no VIN number on here.
Yeah, it's just a sticker. It says LT4.
That is not the VIN, and nor is this.
That's not the VIN either. That's the part number,
That's the part number for the block.
6.2 liter.
Numbers matching!
Numbers matching, oh my God! I'll be honest, that does not matter now. They made way too many of these cars for them really to be worth anything. No, it doesn't, Max. Maybe if you had a Demon that has, you know, only 3,000 of them made, you may want a numbers matching or a completely stock Demon, but they've just made too many of these cars for them to be really worth anything later. So pulling off the last piece of the puzzle off the stock engine, right?
Yep. It's a lifter for the high pressure pump.
It's been used and abused and left for dead.
Oh, what, 9,000 miles?
All hard, strenuous 9,000 miles.
Trash.
On to bigger and better things, literally. Here's what it's like to be behind the scenes of a CSP video.
That's just some like Inception shit there.
This camera Inception. You'll see this exact same scene on their video if you watch it. So Eric, how are you feeling about the build?
As long as the turbos get here, I'll feel good.
That's right, we're still waiting on some parts for the turbos.
There's a lot to do, but there's not a lot to do. It's a bunch of little stuff. There are an unbelievable amount of push clips and little 10mm screws here and there.
I feel like that's how new cars are nowadays too. Especially something like this.
You lose your 10mm socket with this car, you are beyond screwed.
Got some of the turbo kit is out here, still in the bags, obviously, because they want to keep them organized and just kind of take them out piece by piece. But they did take the manifolds out of the bags, and they look pretty awesome. They're coated black. They're gonna look good for sure. People were saying I should have painted the turbos red, but I think the whole blackout look is gonna look pretty badass.
Black's gonna look good.
But yeah, I could have got them paint matched to the car, but I don't know. We'll see.
Black is the new chrome.
Black's the new chrome. That's what Eric says.
Usually solves most clearance issues.
Oh, that works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
nice.
Wow.
Fits pretty good, huh? Sweet.
I can't wait. That's gonna look awesome.
They're ceramic coated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't need to heat wrap them.
But it'll fade a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's nice they come ceramic coated already.
One thing I didn't pull out of the box yet is the actual upper charge pipe. We can look for that. Down pipe.
This is it right here. That's got to be it. Yep. That's going to go to the throttle body of the intake manifold, that side, and that should go to
There's a coupler that goes down to the intercooler. And they package this really well.
Yeah, you know your shit's not getting damaged in here until Eric takes it out and drops it.
Or throw it at Max. Here, Max, let me beat you upside the head with this thing.
I'm learning.
That's what I gotta deal with every day.
What'd you say about me, though?
I'm gonna beat you upside the head with this. Like a giant snorkel.
What the Hellion, man?
I like this satin look, though. So what you do,
It's robbing horsepower.
put that there. Put this up out the hood.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Just gotta cut a hole. Actually, take that out. We'll just take that whole thing out because that can be removed, and then that'll just stick out of the hood.
Yeah, turbo's, it's in here.
But that'll be perfect. It's gonna make mad power. So the blow-off valve and wastegates arrive for the car as well. Blue.
Actually, kind of wish they were black, but
That was cool. They have
see
Hellion.
Hellion on them. That's
Yeah, they have Hellion on them. Pretty sweet.
Turbo Smart makes a really nice gate.
We got a license plate frame in this box.
2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them. Yeah, we did.
Oh boy, look at that.
Max is back to ruin the video. Who said you can open that? Does it have your name on it? They're blue as well.
This is like tiny blow. This is for like pussy boost. Pussy boost.
Oh, you mean your BMW?
My BMW has a 50mm.
Only about 4 to 5 weeks out. It's not that big.
It's a lot bigger than this. A lot bigger than this. A lot bigger than this.
Oh, I think talking about the turbo side. That's called compressor surge.
What do you think of that, Eric?
They work 3 cars ago.
They work.
Actually, like how tiny they are.
Yeah.
They put these right in front of those secondary rads, so they're going to be quite audible. They're going to be loud.
Oh, the blow-off valves?
They're right in the opening for the secondary rads that are on the side. Oh, softer or harder?
Ooh, definitely harder.
It's harder. Oh, it's all full hard already.
It's on full hard. That's what I
That's how we
like.
are all the time. Oh, look, made in Australia.
The Aussies, full hard all the time. This is a gift for completion of the turbo build. Thanks, Eric.
Oh man, how nice of you. Engineered to win.
That's right, engineered to win. Alrighty guys, so we're heading home now, and I know it's a little bit of a short video, not a lot was going on, but I just want to document everything for this build because it's such a cool part of the channel, and I've been building up and working up to this point, so I wanted to be able to share everything with you guys. First of all, I'm going to change these glasses out because these are really hard to see through when it's not sunny or bright. The sun is sort of setting. It's in your eyes occasionally, depending on where I'm driving, but okay, that's way better. Anyways, like I was saying, very happy, very excited for this build to be done. It's coming together really, really quick. So quick, like you saw in the video, that some of the companies that we've been working with, it's hard for them to get me the parts in time because CSP is doing such a crazy, fast and efficient and awesome job on it. Again, big shout out to those guys that some of these companies are just, it's hard to keep up. But we're gonna get all the parts together. All the companies I've been working with, Texas Speed and Performance, Hellion Turbo, awesome companies, and I'm really happy to see the finished product. So a quick thing I wanted to mention here before we do in the video is, I know a lot of guys, I see it every now and then on some of my videos where people ask me why I don't work on my own cars, or you know, I should pick up a wrench sometimes, you know, it wouldn't hurt me if I wrenched my own car. It's not really that I don't want to do it, I don't want to get my hands dirty, or I'm too dumb to learn. It's nothing like that. In fact, I consider myself a smart person and a very, very fast learner. Most of you guys know that I do work a day job, a physical day job. I work at a steel mill. I've said it multiple times, but those of you guys that are new to the channel, you'll know that now. And I've learned a ton over the past 7 years that I've been working at the steel mill. I've learned everything from burning with oxygen and gas torch, using a lance, just a regular oxygen lance, and of course like a loaded lance. I've learned how to operate a forklift, a bobcat, a high reach, a front end loader, a transfer car. I've learned how to operate overhead cranes, remote controlled cranes, cranes that can lift 350 tons, just really crazy stuff. And not only just operating equipment, but I've also learned how to do mason work. I learned a lot of bricking, because there's a lot of stuff with refractory that we deal with, and bricking and fire brick. We also do some pretty physically intensive stuff, like you know, we pour steel. So steel is 3,000 degrees, so it's not exactly pleasant standing 4 feet from a stream of molten steel, but we do it, and I do it almost every week. And it's one of those things where you go to a job like that and it's so crazy and out of the ordinary from any other job that you'll find. You know, no warehouse job, no construction job will ever compare to something like that. I know, because I've worked in a warehouse, I've worked UPS, you know, I've loaded boxes, stuff like that. It's nowhere near the same. Like, you can't prepare yourself for something like that. It just doesn't happen. You just learn from it, and it's just like your average day is somebody's like crazy day. And I know when I started there, I was like wowed by everything. I was like, man, this is nuts. Like explosions, fire, steel, like crazy stuff. Like, you know, but it's normal now. It's normal to me. And when I do an 8-hour day, when a 10-hour day, 12-hour day, like today I worked a 10-hour day, I'm working 60 hours this week, 6 10s. I'm working straight through July 4th, don't get a vacation, nothing like that, just 6 days in a row, 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. When I work a 10-hour day like that and I come home, the last thing I want to do is work on my car. It's not that I'm incapable, and it's not that I am too dumb to do it. Honestly, I work too hard at my job, and I work so much that's the reason why I don't have to work on my car, because I work so hard to get to that point where, you know, I can pay someone else to do it. I can have a professional do it. I don't have to sit there and learn about it. Now, granted, I'd love to. I'm not saying that I don't want to do that. I would love to be able to learn about everything that goes into putting a car together. And over the years, with my car and having a car like this, I've learned from different people. If I had all the time in the world to do it, I would definitely do it for you guys. It would bring a new thing to the channel if I could do that. But honestly, guys, I just don't have the time with a job like that. I barely have time to get quality videos out to you guys a few times a week. Now, with that being said, I do small stuff to my cars. Obviously, I do like oil changes, and if a minor thing needs fixed, I'll work on it and see what I could do. But I mean, we're talking about engine swaps and stuff like that. Like, there's no way. First of all, I don't have a lift or any tools to really do that, because I never needed that. I never had to invest money into doing things like that. You go to a business like Complete Street, and it's nice to work with them and help promote them, and you kind of like work with each other. You know, they help you out, you help them out, and it's great. It feels great at the end of the day, I'm sure, from both parties. I know a lot of guys have been asking on the channel. They've asked before, even when I first started, a lot of people were just completely talked down to me and how I was with the cars, and then I didn't do any of my own work, and you know, the definition of like I just pay money and just buy everything and everyone does everything for me. Well, you gotta understand where that money come from. It came from from me working my ass off at my job. Before you judge someone like that, and whoever else you're gonna talk to and think, you know, how they got to where they were or whatnot, or why they don't do certain things, I'm sure there's a good reason for it. And I don't know, I just felt like I had to explain that. Not that I'm trying to defend myself or anything, but I know some people were genuinely interested why I don't work on my own cars or do things like that. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that little bit there about me and about what I do with my life, you know, outside of YouTube. And I'm really looking forward to this build. I know you guys are too. Let me know what you think below of it so far and what you guys think the car is gonna make. And be sure to stay tuned for part 3 of the twin turbo build. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you are a new viewer, be sure to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.